Welcome to A Guide to Every Deck in Modern. Today we're looking at Bant Eldrazi. Bant Eldrazi is an offshoot variant of Eldrazi Tron that cuts the Tron lands for ramp cards like Noble Hierarch and more. The 3-color Bant monobase gives the deck access to various cards including Ancient Stirrings, Eldrazi Displacer, and Drowner of Hope. Make no mistake, Displacer is the reason to play the deck over other Eldrazi decks. It has a multitude of uses and the ceiling for its power is high. There's also a 3-card infinite mana combo. With Eldrazi Displacer, Drowner of Hope, and anything that reduces activation costs by 2, such as Biomancer's Familiar, Zirda, or Training Grounds, you can sacrifice one of the Scion tokens made by Drowner to activate Displacer and blink Drowner. You'll make 2 tokens per iteration but only need to sacrifice 1, generating infinite 1/1 tokens and infinite colorless mana. There are many other uses for Displacer which I'll cover in the tips and tricks section. Aside from that, the deck is looking to use Eldrazi Temple and Mana Dorks to quickly ramp out big threats such as Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher. One of the advantages of Eldrazi decks with green over red or E-Tron is more consistent turn 2 Thought-Knot Seers, whereas the other 2 decks need double Temple draws or to be able to connect with Ragavan. Green Eldrazi decks can enable a turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer with 1 Temple and 1 Mana Dork. The deck has the same basic weaknesses as other Eldrazi decks, although it's more on a value toolbox plan rather than the ramp of E-Tron or aggro of red Eldrazi. The deck is also quite outdated, having received few if any upgrades in years, unlike E-Tron or Red Eldrazi, which have benefited from new cards like Karn the Great Creator, Ragavan, and Fury. Tips and tricks. Eldrazi Displacer has so many synergies I don't even know where to start. As previously mentioned, it's an infinite mana and token combo with Drowner when reducing its activation cost. With Containment Priest in play, Displacer's ability permanently exiles creatures. You can blink opposing creatures to stop them from attacking. You can blink opposing creatures to reset their stats or kill them, such as with tokens, Murktide, anything with +1 counters on it like Hangerback Walker, etc. You can blink Mana Dorks in your opponent's upkeep to prevent them from making mana. You can blink your own creatures for value such as Eternal Witness, Knight of Autumn, Skyclave Apparition, etc. You can blink Evoke Elementals with their death trigger on the stack. When blinking Thought-Knot Seer, you can stack the draw and exile trigger however you want. Generally, you want to have them draw first so you have access to more options for what to exile. You can blink Thought-Knot Seer in their draw step to potentially cut them off playing anything valuable. Drowner of Hope can sacrifice Scion tokens to tap down creatures, which is useful for preventing attacks from big creatures like Murktide Regent or forcing your own attacks through blockers. While it's mostly unimportant, remember that your Eldrazi creatures with colored mana requirements are technically colorless. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Bant Eldrazi. I want to thank my fellow players in the Magic community for whom sharing their experiences helps make these guides possible. You can find additional resources, such as an up-to-date deck list, in the description. If you think I left out anything important or got something wrong, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned to see what deck we look at next time.